Okay, voice is working, sound is working. Just need to move a window or two around. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. Oh, ow. Hate it when my knee goes pop like that. Right, head on. Might be loud while I just check my microphone's still in place. Yep, it is. Hands on. Okay. And here we go. It's been a wee while since in here. Try again. It's been a wee while since I was in here. I think it was last Thursday. Yeah, it was last Thursday. I did actually stream a little bit on, was it Friday or Saturday? I can't remember. Did a little stream with my son mucking about in cyubeVR and multiplayer, which was all kinds of fun actually. Oh, thank you, Siri. Really didn't need that. So yeah, that was fun. Did that. And then just been kind of busy and tired and stuff like that. But you know, it's Monday and I'm back. So the plan is to not do too much, but what I do want to do is figure out what I'm doing with this thing. What am I doing with this thing? What am I doing with this thing? I want to... Right, what I wanted to do, that was it. Can I just get on... There we go. I just kind of wanted to tidy this up a little bit. Sort of that kind of thing, just make it a bit more. If I can reach that, let's take that out, and then let's take that out there. There we go. So it's a bit of a smoother transition is my thinking. Let's come back down there. Let's have rid of that there. Cool. But, oh, I just swept up that crystal, didn't mean to. But. Go away. I now need to decide, what are you moaning about? Oh, right, it's just telling me about, oh, I actually don't have a, oh, that's right, yes. The reason I don't have a crystal in my... Let's just put you there. Oh. Hang on a second. Won't charge there, but it will charge there. So, why won't it charge there? What's going on there? Okay, it will charge there. Anyway. So I somehow did come down just a little off center from what I wanted, because I'd like the entrance in here to be in the middle of the room. That much I do want. But somehow I came down, yeah, a wee bit off center. So how do I want to do this? So yeah, the other thing I was thinking was exactly what materials do I want in here. So I think we'll have white floor there at least anyway. So I'll put that there. That looks good. Why is there that kind of mismatched? Ooh, what's going on there? I don't know what's going on there. What's this shadow about? Why have I got a shadow there? I haven't got a shadow there, and I've got very even lights. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't know what's going on there. So, in here, I think, what shall I do here? What have I got on me? I do have some black. Put you back there. Trying to decide how I want to do this. Can I get myself on there for a sec? Whoa! There we go. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this, just in so much as it seems a bit boring to have it all stone. So I wonder if let's just sketch and try and experiment, eh? Obviously I can't take this all the way up. I'm thinking maybe I'll have most of it black. Make it easy to find crystals, right? Gonna have to go out and bring my other crystals in. So yeah, something like this. Let's do that. Inventory's full. Yeah. I got a lot of tidying up to do. So yes, the last time I was in here, so if you remember, I was pondering what I was going to watch, what movie I was going to watch on Friday, and I had been considering watching Top Gun, because I haven't watched that for years, and I want to watch Maverick, and I thought, I should probably rewatch Top Gun again. Not that I don't know what happens in it. I've seen it many times over the years. But yes, I did watch it, and it was as much fun as I remember. It's definitely a movie of its time, shall we say. There's definitely some things going on it. Some themes that are a bit of their time, you know, it's a bit of its time, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was so very, very 80s. And, you know, given I am so very 80s, as in my teenage years were in the 80s, I'm not in my 80s. That yes, it kind of does have a certain level of nostalgia about it. Right, okay, I may need to put some kind of lighting in here. Actually, I'm just going to put a torch in here. Oh, there. Again, just so I can actually see what I'm doing. So I want to... don't know if I'm going to like this here. I'll figure that out. Figure out what's going on there. Actually, do you know what? Have I got... I actually can't see what I'm doing. So that's a block there. I'm kind of wondering how much of a corner stuff can go around. I'm just wondering if I can kind of make this a interesting design so that I can't really see my way up, but the light can still travel down. I need some more crystals to actually test that out. There is a... yes, good. I've run out of black. 2, 3, 4. I've forgotten how to make the black paint. 7, 8. Is it just 4? Oops. Was that? I think it was, wasn't it? Yes. Cool. Not enough free space. Really though? But can't I fit 50 of everything? Ah, but yeah. 2 times 32 is more than 50, Dave. I can maths. Shut up. I think for a moment there I thought it would take in enough and leave change. That's where my brain went. Need to tidy some more away. I'm trying to think what I watched on Saturday night. There's something I watched on Saturday night. I can't remember what it was. It may have been catching up on The Boys or something like that. Which I am massively enjoying. Series 3 of The Boys. I've found it a really great show anyway. But oh my god, they've taken it next level in this new season. It's so messed up, it's brilliant. There we go. And after a weekend off from recording stuff, because I was actually out being kind of sociable the weekend before, did some more recording and game playing this weekend, which is nice. Right, should I make that floor black? I should. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is what other materials have I got? And what other materials can I know what I should do. I know what I should do. I know what I should do. I got it. Got it. I'm gonna have to make some more of that. So kind of figure sort of a shelf. It's really hard to see. I was expecting it to be a bit easier to see. But yeah, I need light in here. I do need some kind of lighting in here somewhere. I'm still not liking how this is looking. I think I'm going to have to build my way up and tidy this up a little bit more. But what I should do is go outside and collect up lots of crystals. Let's go outside and just try and sort my inventory. Why did I build this like this? I mean, I know why I built this like this. But, there we go. It's always a surprise when I find my way out. Let's just offload some stuff. Don't need the iron ore on me for now. Don't need the copper nuggets. I'll go down there. There we go. Got some change there. Gold. Have I got any more gold here? Is that gold? No, it's copper nuggets. Ah, there's gold. I knew I had some. There we go. Little stack. And the copper will stack there. Right, I've only got 4 green dye. So I can't... excuse me. So I can't make much more of the... Oh, suddenly got hiccups. Do forgive me. What we got there? Oh, hey Stone, how's it going? How's it going? Hope the new week is treating you well. I got any wood to stack? Don't think so. Let's just chuck that there. Let's get rid of a bunch of this stone. Going back to the multiplayer stream I did with my son the other day in cyubeVR. Oh my god, after spending so much time practicing carrier landings and things like that recently, well, I wouldn't say I got brilliant at it, but I started to get the hang of it. Yeah, I seem to have completely lost the plot on those. I just could not do it. I could not do it. So I have to go back and practice. But weirdly, it feels like, I don't know that it's necessarily the case, but it definitely feels like flying in multiplayer, the inputs are handled just a little differently. But I don't know that that's really the case, but it just has that feel to it. Something... Oh, that's interesting. I thought that was rainbow. It looked like it was changing colour, but I think it's just the sunlight coming up. But yes, it just kind of feels different in a way that's hard to put my finger on. The multiplayer is experimental, and I suppose it's not impossible that there's a bit of difference, especially if you're hosting or something. Don't really know how the multiplayer in it works. Right, a bit tidier there. but tons of fun. Still easily one of my favourite PCVR games going. The one that got me recording. So I still love it for that. Right, okay, my plan was empty out some of that. Now I'm going to stock up on these. Oh, these are not going to be connected though, are they? Nope. Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. Come on, connect. There we go. Ah. Come closer. There we go. Oops. So it's going to take a bit of experimentation to figure out where in that cupboard things can go and where these will successfully, let's just take those in for now, where these will successfully charge. Right, get out of the way. Can't see what I'm doing with you in the way. That way. Okay. Kind of use the, that kind of works. Which way? That way? No. That way? Yeah, that way. Yay! There we go. Not too long anymore before you get all the new things in update 51. Ah, yes, I think I did see that we were getting close. Oh, look at that. Now that's interesting. Okay, so that narrows down where things will... What's interesting is it's not charging there, although I suppose... Is only that one lighting up because that one still needs some charge and all the others are fully charged? Or is it literally that one is the only one that's getting sunlight? Okay. Might need to rethink this. Maybe trying to do the little bend thing isn't going to work. So maybe what I do is turn this into some stairs. Let's spiral up to there. That's unfortunate. Although, I don't know, it's not quite making sense. Which ones are glowing and which ones aren't. I'm kind of confused by this now. See, none of that's glowing now, but some of it was glowing before. I am having a confuse. Not sure what's going on there. Anyway, let's leave that to do its thing for the moment, because what I actually want to do... why am I doing that? Oh, for goodness sake. Quite the muddled brain tonight. Okay. Just wanted to... Put the black away, didn't I? There we go. No, I didn't. There's black there. Brain is not firing properly tonight, I swear. Go there as well. Tidy that all up down there in a bit. Right, something like that. Right, can I stand on there? I can. Oh my god, I'm confused about where I am now. Do that. Reaching out my guardian quite precariously then. So, you there, you there, you there, you there. Let's put a bit more dirt across here for a second. I'll dig my way back out in a sec. There we go. Let's just check a wee bit more dirt out. Elevate myself a bit more. There we go. Oops. Probably didn't want to do whatever I just did. That's what I did. Go back there. And that there, and that there. And that like that there, I think. Okay. Oh, legs starting to wake a little bit quite quickly. One of my colleagues who sits next to me, they just kind of got themselves set up with a optional, as it were, standing desk setup starting today, and it's kind of not so much enviously but more curiously looking at thinking, do you know, that would be quite nice at times. Definitely times where I'm finding I'm slouching in my chair and stuff like that, and it's not great. And I'm kind of like, yeah, you know, it'd be nice to actually have a setup where you can stand for some portion of the day and sit for some other portion of the day and everything. And then I kind of realised when I was stood here doing VR and everything, that like, I'm just not very, very good at standing still for a long period of time anymore. I don't think a standing desk would really work out for me. I'm not someone who has to be sat down all the time, but I think if I'm stood up I need to be walking or running. Hey, that looks a bit better. That looks a bit better. There we go. I think maybe what I actually need is a sitting VR desk. I can have a really tiny work area, but like have a big VR display, that'd be so cool. So soon you'll be able to play cyubeVR Clang instead of cyubeVR MSVC. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Big changes, big changes. What am I going to do for lighting in here? What am I going to do for lighting in here? I can't decide. Let's just put you there for a second. Actually, no. Let's put you there for a second. That's actually not bad. I'm not convinced about what's going on here though. I actually need a completely shot crystal. How long's that got to go till it wears out? We'll use that as a test crystal. Right, let's put some flooring in here. Do I want this white or black? Do I want this white or black? I think white. Oh, that crystal's about run out. That's good. So, not charging. Go away. Yeah. Okay, I might need to rethink this ever so slightly. Redesign this. Maybe the idea of turning this into a little staircase that goes up. Oh, hang on though. Probably doesn't help that I think it's getting dark. Is it getting dark? I can't see. It must be right. Most of those crystals are likely fully charged, so that's why they're not charging. I did wonder. Ah, so this is the test. Let's just watch this. So the red doesn't look like it's going any further than that. So that looks like that might be the extent. Yeah, okay. So we can't see the sky there, but we can see the sky there, which I think does lend itself to what I should be doing, is turning this into a little staircase that goes up to a charging room up there. Maybe? Or maybe I just don't make this quite so deep. Let's just try something. What about if we put that there? Oh, that was interesting. There we go. Okay, so that works there. I literally can't see what I'm doing. Way! There we go. Can I? Oh! Where did that go? Damn. Did that fall through? Oh, it did. Come here. Come here. I can't get it. Come here. Oh, it won't. Not gravity gloving. Oh, there we go. Right. Let's just hop over here a second. Ah, go away. Right. Will you? Right, you won't charge there. But you will charge there. Okay. So the other option is I actually do make it very narrow, like genuine cupboard style size. That might be a good idea. So let's grab these. If I put them there. Ha! So that end is... Oh, hang on. Oh, the sun's coming up again. Right, okay. So I think maybe that would work. So maybe that's what I actually do, is I just like have it as a little cupboard. Which is sort of what, well, it is what Mariëlle, I know how to say her name. It's what Mariëlle suggested in the first place. So, yeah, maybe I make it just a nice little cupboard. Right, in that case, let's put those there. Because what I'm going to do is have you back out. Take some of this back. There's no point in leaving that all buried there. It's not going to serve any purpose. To about there, I think. Nope, nothing there. Got very confused about what I was looking at then. hadn't really thought this through. I just was coming into, well, didn't want to do that. Just try stuff out. There we go. Right, it's just, do you know what I could do with crystal? There we go. So actually I want fill in there. I'm going to put some black wall back in there. So just kind of fill this in because I don't like voids. I'm not going to worry too much about that up there. Do that. Whoa, it's actually really quite disorienting still. So I'm going to put a little. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I'm so stuck. Can't move. Hang on. This is so claustrophobic, it's ridiculous. Put that there. I'm going to dial that in a bit more. Did I get that? I actually can't see what I'm doing now. There we go. Put you away. So I'm hoping I can kind of put crystals on that shelf there and they will charge, and then what I'm going to do, me, is just fill this back in. Well, no, like that. There we go. So I kind of got a little cubby hole where they'll charge. I don't know. I'm not overly excited by this. I don't think it's quite what I had in mind, but it's a start. It's a start. I need some kind of mechanic now so I can have a sort of a light valve system, so when the sun sets, the roof at the top closes and stops the crystals from discharging, and then when the sun comes up, the roof opens again and lets the sunlight in. That's what I need. Put you there. Oh my god, I think I'm going to run out of space. I kind of feel like there's a void there, just because I can, it won't show up in the stream obviously, but I can, as I'm looking down, I can see my guardian outline. Oh! And it's sort of way, oh, didn't mean to do that. And it sort of makes it look like there's a void there, because I can, you know, sort of see my floor down there. Alright, that sort of works, that sort of works. Do I want that light there still is the question. I mean, it makes that work. So, the next thing that I'm curious about is, can I put a roof on that thing, but leave the sides open and have the sunlight come down here? I don't quite know the rules about the different corners the light can go around. So that'll be interesting to see. But that's a real faff to experiment with. What time is it? 15:15. Don't know if that's an experiment I want to get into quite at the moment. What I might do though is actually... let's wander up quickly. I don't want to make this a long stream. I was a bit late coming in, but I was actually queuing up the weekend's videos. So they're all scheduled on YouTube. So I was a wee bit later coming in than I was intending to. Currently got 5 weeks worth scheduled. I actually managed to bring it back a week. I was running with about 6 weeks scheduled, but because I didn't record anything, well actually it's not true, I recorded 2 things the weekend before on the Friday, but I was out and about and being sociable around fires with beers and things the other weekend, which was quite nice. But yeah, I kind of have reduced my banked videos by a week, and I've only got a whole 5 weeks left now. Somehow I think that'll still be okay. Hello, bird. I mean, this is what I've said before, you know, this is why I tried to make sure I had about a fortnight's banked, just in case, you know, the weekend got sociably busy. I think that's the phrase I want. And somehow that sort of morphed over the months from being a fortnight's worth, just so I had a week banked just in case. It's been like 6 weeks, which is a bit silly. Thing is if I really go for it, if I'm having a really good day, I can do like 7 videos in a day, depending on how much I'm playing and what I'm playing. Right, where is... I've forgotten where it is. Where's that hole? There it is. Right, don't want to fall down there. So what I'm curious about is, can I do something like this? Actually, I don't like that. Let's not do that. Do I have any red brick? Saved. Or if not, I'll use this kind of stone. Nope. Oh, I do. How much have I got? I can't see. Oh, 4. Oh, my knee just made the worst noise. Joke that's oh, maybe I'll use that. That was an interesting thing. I was watching a video a little earlier today where someone was going on about the state of PCVR from the point of view of a player, sort of slightly admonishing devs for not trying hard enough or not doing things to their taste, sort of thing. And you know, I'm okay with people having opinions and things like that. It's fair enough. And I can't say I disagreed with everything they were saying, but there was definitely one thing that bothered me a little bit, and that was they're making a call for devs to basically not, you know, handhold players in terms of not be scared to make uncomfortable. Don't want on the roof. Not make let's go with that. Not make uncomfortable. Not be afraid to make games a little uncomfortable to play with. And like the whole premise was, we have to suffer to improve. This is how we learn, and blah blah blah, and everything. And no, it's not going to work, is it? I haven't got enough. It's a nice idea, but problem is, for want of a better phrase, it's a bit ableist. Just in so much as I'm completely on board with the idea of having settings in the game. So, you can, as I tend to, I got quite good at not feeling nauseous playing VR games and everything, so I turn off all the comfort aids and all that kind of stuff. That's great. I'm okay with that. Actually, I think I'll put stone on top of that. But I really feel that the comfort aid should be there, because it's a very, very different way of playing. It's a very different style of game and everything. And I'm a great believer in the ideally games, VR games where possible, will have a crouch button and things like that. Just because, while I really like the idea of actually using my full body, now this is what I'm wondering is this going to work? While I like the idea of using my full body, while I like the idea of having to crouch and things like that, problem is my knees are not great, and they're not going to get better. They're never going to get better. I'm only going to get older, and they're only going to get worse. And what that does is it over time would and will make some VR less accessible to me. And I very, very much feel that it should be as accessible as possible. If a dev can do it, if they can add those accessibility options, but also give people the ability to turn them off so they can have a more visceral experience, that's kind of what would be the ideal, I believe. This is me trying to tell any dev how to do things. People's creations are people's creations, and they should be allowed to make what they want. But yeah, I just kind of felt that they spoilt their message right at the end by saying we should make VR only accessible to a very narrow subset of folk. Which kind of... is that really what you wanted to say? It's unfortunate. Oh, I realise I'm just waffling. Anything that isn't a glass roof will break the crystal charging, I think. Oh, glass roof. Glass roof. Aha, okay. There's a great idea. Shit. Do you know what? I don't think I've got any glass up here. Let me go check. Glass roof. Why didn't I think of that? That's bloody genius. I think because I heard the thing about light going around corners, I was wondering, well, I know I was wondering whether the light would make it, through those little gaps I put on the side, and that was the experiment. But completely didn't think about just chucking some glass over it. That's brilliant. It's really obvious now you mention it, but have I got any glass here? Look! Yes. There we go. So yeah, I kind of figure, I got no right to ask anyone for anything. But if I was to chuck in my 2 pennies worth when it comes to, shall I just, yeah. When it comes to VR design and stuff like that, is like, make it as full on as possible, make it as intense as possible, make it as realistic as possible, but also, where possible, add all the accessibility options that can possibly be added. because A, it gives folk who are new to VR gaming training wheels to help them get into it, and then for those of us whose bodies are, should we say, not improving, it means we can carry on enjoying ourselves as well. You know, I figure I probably, if I'm really lucky and really careful, you know, I've got like maybe a decade of reasonable mobility still in me, and then it'll start being really tricky. I'd like to think that I'd still be able to play my favourite VR games and things like that. That would be nice. Right, what I'm going to do is... Where the hell did glass go? There. Just to make life easy, I'm going to do that. I mean, kind of what I wanted to do was sort of make that look like it wasn't, oh my god, this is going to be terrifying. Yeah, I don't like that, that's awesome. I would have liked to have made it look slightly hidden, but given that that's probably not a good idea, let's lean into this. Let's make a feature of this. Oh my god, that's terrifying. I love it. Yeah, I don't like that at all. It's brilliant. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm doing a thing. There's a thing I'm doing, but I've forgotten what I'm doing. That. I want to go round there, round there, round there, and round there, like that. And let's chuck a bit of dirt back in there. Actually, I'll come and tidy that up. I think I'll put some, actually makes, rather than go and find some, let's use some of this stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And of course, you know, talking about making, you know, keeping games accessible and stuff like that, you know, I'm just talking about it from my own selfish perspective. There are obviously folk for whom age is not the issue, just mobility in general is the issue, things like that. It'd be nice to not have those folk excluded too. Now I do feel I'm probably... Oh my god, why was I sinking in there? Why am I sinking in there? I don't like that. I'm sinking in the glass. No, no, why is that happening? Don't do that. Why is he doing that? That's terrifying. It's entirely feasible that I'm... oh, I can't get these. Misunderstanding or misinterpreting what the message was, and I feel that maybe this individual didn't quite state what they were intending to state in the way they intended and whatever. But I think it does raise a more interesting issue anyway about accessibility in VR. Oh my god, I don't like how I keep sinking down there. It's like at the weekend I was playing Gunman Contracts, the add-on for Alex, and it's just so much fun. You really want to go rushing into a room and, you know, crouching down and getting behind stuff and all that kind of thing. And I really want to do it, and I really like doing it. It takes me back to when I was playing Zero Caliber a little earlier in the year. What was it, last year? Maybe last year now, I can't remember. And it's great getting down and actually physically crouching and stuff like that. And I can already tell between me playing Zero Caliber and then me playing Gunman Contracts at the weekend that, like, I'm finding it harder to crouch than I was, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, that kind of thing. It's not getting easier. It's definitely getting harder. And it's a real shame, because I love that physical aspect of really, really leaning into the VR and using my environment and my body to actually be part of it. That's great. But at the same time, when I'm playing Into the Radius, I use the actual crouch button so much more often, because it's just so much easier. It makes it so much more accessible. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, Mariëlle, hi! You mean geriatrically challenged? Oh, imagine that, me looking up to find you being cruel. You're not thinking that's your virtual knees going wobbly. That's probably my real knees going wobbly. Unfortunately, VR games are always quite inaccessible. Like, no matter what I do, someone who only has one arm or one hand will probably never be able to play. That's true, but I don't think we should be kind of making it an all or nothing because we can't do everything. That's just not a thing we should be doing. VR games are controlled with motion controllers. Really, shouldn't everyone has too well work? Yeah, yes, quite obviously. And some kind of way of processing the visuals and stuff like that. Obviously, that goes without saying, but I think it would be absurd to use that as an argument to not make it more accessible for those who can play but may have some accessibility issues. Like, there's plenty of games have an optional crouch button, as I've been saying, and that makes it so much more accessible for people like me who don't have the kinds of accessibility issues you're talking about there, but are never going to have their knees improve. And it strikes me as such a small thing to add. For example, adding a crouch button to a game, which plenty of games do, gives you the option, and it's really welcome. For folk who find motion sickness can be a problem in the early days, having the option where it kind of reduces your field of vision and stuff like that when you're making sharp turns and all that kind of stuff. I turn that off in everything these days, but I was very, very glad of it in the early days, because it helped me acclimatize. And so my point is that the video I was watching, the individual who made it seemed to be making a call for not having those things in games, and people should just toughen up. Well, I don't really agree with that, and the fact that I find it quite difficult to crouch these days and find it harder to crouch now than I did a year ago ain't because I'm not toughening up. It's quite the opposite. So this is not a call for any game that doesn't do those things to start doing them. It's more a reaction to, let's not suggest that folk who enjoy the benefits of those kind of accessibility features are people who are just not trying hard enough, which seemed to be the general gist. I thought it was unfortunate, because the rest of what was being said was actually interesting, even if I didn't agree with it all. But I think it would be absurd for anyone to really argue that it's not worth adding a crouch button or something like that because some people don't have two arms. Yay, look, it's working. It's not a very compelling argument, I don't think. Yay! Well done, Stone, that was excellent. That was a great plan. So now I can't fall through, hopefully, but we've got light coming down and it's all working. Yay! Cool. Right, well, I think it's getting to that point. Well, do you have any idea where on the control there's a free button that I could make a crouch button? Again, I'm going to make the point that I was making. I'm not suggesting that cyubeVR itself must or should add a crouch button. I'm just, kind of musing over the idea that this video seemed to be calling for the fact that people who enjoy the benefits of crouch buttons in games are people who are missing out or not playing the games properly, and that devs should remove those kinds of training wheels or those kind of accessibility options. But can it be added to cyubeVR or what? Don't know, maybe, maybe not. You're a smart guy, I'm sure you could figure out a way. What would work? I'm sure there'd be a way of doing it. Wait, come back here. I mean, the thing is cyubeVR is one of those games. Lost that bloody crystal. cyubeVR is one of those games where I probably wouldn't use a crouch button because the number of times I need to crouch in this, I can probably count on the fingers of one foot knee. Shoot games and stuff like that, I'm always wanting to crouch. Into the radius, I spend half my time going around crouch behind stuff. That makes sense. In this, there was a moment earlier where I needed to try and get something from under there. I'm sure there'd be a way of adding crouch. I'm trying to think. What would work? What would work? I'm sure there'd be a way. Interesting. Yeah, I was wondering what combination of buttons. Well, I've had multiple people. Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate that people will have asked for crouch because there are plenty of us do have those kinds of accessibility things. Yeah, I was just that what Mariëlle was saying there about combination of buttons. I was just thinking, what combination that isn't already used without something would work, and I don't. So that's a TP. That said, I mean, for example, I've got double TP. I can TP on that hand or I can TP on that hand. I seldom use my left hand to TP. I very, very often use my right hand to TP. The option to, and if it was an option to say, left hand, I always forget what the buttons are labelled because I just do it automatically. Y, yes. Y a crouch, or Y a toggle crouch, or something like that. I suppose the other thing is you could use, I don't know if it's possible or not, plenty of games I've known have done things with controllers where a tap does one thing whereas a hold does another. So, as an optional accessibility thing, it could be that if you just tap B or Y, it goes in crouch and back up again, that kind of thing. Whereas press and hold for a fraction of a second then makes the TP feet appear, something like that. I think, I'm not saying you should do it or you must do it or anything like that. For me personally, I don't need cyubeVR to have the crouch option. But when you're saying, how would you do it? Well, there's an idea that came to mind. That could kind of work. Maybe, you could even do it on the X button. Hold and press for half a second opens the briefcase, whereas tap crouches on it. That kind of thing. That's not important. What's more important was I was just waffling on about what was being said in this video that I felt it did the core message of the video a disservice right at the end, because it sort of seemed to spiral off into people who use the trading wheels in VR games shouldn't really be catered for. As I say, I'm not entirely sure that's what they were actually saying, that's what they felt, that's what their motivation was. But I feel they mixed up their message a little bit by leaving that hanging, leaving that dangling. I like Cube though. If anything, I'd say the thing it's missing that people have asked for is the climbing mechanic. It'd be so nice to have a climbing mechanic. I would terrify myself with that so much. I always have said the VR controllers simply don't have enough buttons. Why only A and B? Would it be easier to fit A, B, C, D on each controller? Yeah. Having one button do multiple things is usually super confusing for a player, and something a lot of players don't understand because it's just not intuitive. Which is why, as I suggested, if you did want to do it, for example, you would not have it turned on by default, and the majority of the players who never need a crouch button would never care. They would just carry on and use it. But for those of us who do or would appreciate a crouch button, because we have certain extra little needs, we're smart cookies. We can, figure out how to tap a button versus actually hold it down for half a second, and we can, under some instruction, know how to go into the settings and tweak a thing, come in here and just like change one of these things. It's, to my mind, it's no worse than coming in here and deciding whether you want hand navigation, head navigation, or go, what the hell is hybrid anyway? And, find out. As I say, I don't, this isn't me advocating for cyubeVR doing it, but, you raise the question, how could it be done? And that's how it could be done, and the people who would benefit from it most, I think you would be doing them a disservice to suggest that they're not capable of, going into here and just flicking a switch, because, yeah, it might not be intuitive, but then nor is hand, head and hybrid, for example. There's plenty of people get confused by turning modes. I mean, the number of VR games that I play where the default turning mode is 90-degree snap, 45-degree snap, 10-degree snap, smooth, whatever, and they all seem to have different defaults, and you've got to go into different places and figure out how to set it up and everything. And there's some games, what was the game I was playing? Some kind of, God, what's it called? Hot dog thingy, hand grenades, whatever. Holy shit, trying to actually sort out a decent motion system and turning system in that, and all the different buttons you got, the control scheme in that game makes Emacs look easy to learn, is all I'm saying. And yeah, people figure it out. So it's doable. Anyway, I'm off on one waffle and it's a school night and I should go and chill and sit down and stuff. Yeah, not having it turned on by default would work in theory, but there would definitely still be people then who simply don't look at the option of long refunding the game because it doesn't have a crash. Yeah, but they would have refunded anyway. That, there's the thing. If those people who ask for a refund, if the crouch option wouldn't be there at all, and yeah, exactly. Marielle's got there before me. They'd be refunding anyway, so there's no loss there. Whereas anyone else. Well, school night as in I'm at work tomorrow, not actually in school tomorrow. Thank God. I'm a little old for school, really. There's a common phrase, certainly in the UK, it's a common phrase, school night, whether you go to school or not, whether you teach at school or not, whether you have kids to take to school or not, still a school night. But yes, I'm going to go. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and stuff. I don't know if you said earlier, Did you say when we're expecting build 51 to appear? Is it midweek, end of week? When should I be getting the champagne out? I don't really drink champagne. Yeah, I didn't think it would be something that commonly translates to Germany. Probably not a common phrase in the Netherlands as well, but yeah, Mariëlle is practically British now. Good night, and I hope you learn a lot in school tomorrow. Yeah, I'm always learning, every day. As soon as I stop learning, that'll be it. Update 51 is expected in a bit over a week. Oh, I thought it was this week. Okay, cool. Anyway, thanks for being here, you two, and thanks for putting up with me waffling on as I do. But yeah, look, we've got a little charging cabinet. It's probably not exactly how I envisaged it, but you know, it works. And glass roof, fucking genius. Never would have thought of that. Who knew that light went through glass? That's just so clever. Anyway, thank you for being here, you two, and to anyone else who's watching, thank you for watching as well. And for anyone who watches the recording at some point in the future, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. And sorry about the noise that's about to happen. Mostly as I bend down with my knackered knees. Oh, can someone do me a bloody crouch button in real life? I need a real life crouch button.